So around 6-7 people have seriously and not so seriously have sent the thing. So let's start without wasting the time. Divyani Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chaliye.
How vocal properties help in building a character. Vocal properties must be used properly in order to achieve maximum effectiveness on stage and add on to characterization. Volume. Being loud or quiet as per the role is imperative to the character. Change in volume expresses a character's emotions, like shouting and raising the volume while angry or reducing it when upset or considerate. For example, in the movie Kramer versus Kramer, Dustin Hoffman has a father talks to his 6-year-old kid in a very lowered voice so that he feels secured and loved.
One.
Pitch.
Wait. Now in the opening sentence you have said that achieve maximum effectiveness on stage. So this question is not only about the stage, but it is also about the cinema, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
when you say on stage, it.
Sir, yeah, sir, I wrote on stage or screen, but my document got okay. Yeah, I got it. Sorry.
When you do the copy paste, also you have to be little careful.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Chaliye.
Pitch. How high or low the voice sounds, it is often determined by psychological factors such as height, weight, and age. When people experience intense emotions, their pitch can significantly change. Example, if someone is excited, their pitch may become quite high. Tone is the emotional sound of the voice, frightened, angry, or joyful, and is very important in revealing the subtext of a line. For example, the line "I'm fine" can be said with a cheerful or an anxious tone of voice, changing the subtext of the line and conveying to the audience a completely different meaning. Modulation is the range to which the voice can go in pitch, volume, tone, and speed. It is the extent to which our vocal cords can stretch or withdraw. If not worked upon the modulation throughout a dialogue delivery, a person will sound monotonous. Articulation. The formation of clear and distinct sounds in speech, a performer should work on being clear and on any lisps. Example, it's integral to ace when acting as an authoritative or political figure. Speed. Speaking fast or slow according to the demand of the expression is speed. Example, speaking too fast when depicting hurry or a bit slow when showcasing tranquility. Vibrations. The voice box and the vocal cords are used in the vibratory system to create sounds and pitch through vocal folds called phonation. Vibration can be important while showing distort or fear. Example, in horror movies, there's this vibration in victim's voice when talking in fear.
Okay.
Okay. Now this question we can attempt this in some other way as well. For example, how we can do the characterization, how while building a character, what are the things, what are the points we need to keep in mind while characterizing a character, basically building a character. For example, we can say what age is this, or what kind of, from what language he speaks, from where he is coming, what is his background, what is his profession, so if we can approach this question from that angle, like for example, if I'm approaching a character's age, and in age, how pitch, volume, quality, tone is helping me to find that characteristics,
Okay.
Am I clear? Yeah. So I would say that pick the points which are important for building a character, and then you speak about these aspects of vocal properties. Yeah, pitch, volume, speed, whatever you want. Fine.
Okay.
But it is a good attempt, so I can give you 5 for this. Yeah.
Okay. So next, role of breathing in acting.
Breath is the key to restore the deepest connections with impulse, emotion, imagination, and language. Following breathing aspects can help achieve these. Strengthens breathing. the amount of air that can be steered by the diaphragm through the lungs and eventually vocal cords. Example, in an opera performance, the voice of a singer needs to be loud to amplify it to the audience. Loud here means projection and not shouting. Breathing quality. Movement of breath. Movement of breath through vocal folds. A character might talk with a breathy vocal quality when more air is let through the vocal folds, or with a creaky quality if they reduce the amount of the air. These changes in sound can tell the audience information about a character's circumstances, such as age and health. Example, when acting as an old person, the breathing gets heavier and prominent. Voluntary breathing. Being aware of the breathing helps redefine self, rediscover the character played, and have command on the role. It not only helps to act, but to react authentically to the co actor or circumstances. Use of specific organs. We can also use particular organ to breathe for introducing a particular aspect, diaphragm for sensitivity and emotional connection, pelvic floor for instinct and power, intercostal for capacity. Speed. Breathing fast or slow as per the demand of the emotion. Example, breathing too fast and taking short breaths when depicting hurry, fear, shock, or a bit slow and deep when calm.
Yes, on the right track. But here, when we are talking about acting, then no need to give examples of an opera singer in that way because it's not relevant. And other than that, these are, of course, qualities of breath. Um, but we have to put it where, when, how we are using it. If we are doing a physical acting, what are the things we need? If we are doing a verbal acting, what are the things we need? How breath helps an actor to prepare for a character, how breath helps in emoting in that way. So the subdivisions, I mean the key points should be like things which are related to acting, and not breathing in such way, rather in the description, the breathing pattern or breathing quality or technique we can mention there, you know. Yeah. Five.
Okay, next, Siddhant Sharpurkar. Are you here, Siddhant? Siddhant Sharpurkar, are you here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When I say, are you here? Quickly, be on. Don't stop roaming around here and there.
No,
Your turn will go and somebody else will come.
Yes. How vocal properties help in building a character. The individuality of each person's voice features make it easier for audience to identify a character. The sound of the human voice is so specific and important in cinema that it hierarchizes everything around it. Audience do their ear to listen for such a specific vocal qualities as pitch, tone, and inflection. When sound is filtered through each speaker's vocal tract, these three elements affect the voice in performance. Particularly the voice offer insight into how audience create meaning from the film. Distinct voice qualities such as tone, accent, or hoarseness influence the voice. Example, in the movie Kramer vs. Kramer, Dustin has a very harsh tone when he is preparing breakfast for his son for the first time. But later on in the movie, as the character transforms,
Narishri, can we switch this off, this transcription?
Yeah, I can't see.
Sometime, what happens is that when you speak later on, and if they want you to make notes out of that, though you have given them the pointer, they might use this text to refine the text and make some better.
Okay, fine.
In the movie Kramer vs. Kramer, Dustin has a very harsh tone when he's preparing breakfast for his son for the first time. But later on in this movie, as the character transforms, we see that his voice is very calm and controlled in tone while he's talking to his son. The vocal of the character reveals other facts about the character, like from where the character is, age, gender, occupation, etc. Vocal properties also reveal the emotion of the character. Emotion is communicated not only by what one says, but how one says it, like the tone of the voice, stressing on the words, pitch and pace of speech. Example, in the same movie, Kramer versus Kramer, Dustin, when he is interrogated by the lawyer in the court, he has a certain pace in his voice while answering the questions of the lawyer. He tends to talk a little slow and does not display his emotions by any gestures. But the tone and the pace of talking makes us feel the sad emotion that he's going through.
Shravasti, what we can do is I can switch it off now, because later on when you will be speaking, we will switch it off.
Yeah, again, I would say on the right track. But as you have said, the character reveals other facts about the character, like age, this gender, occupation, and all those things. Let's make them the keywords, and then discuss about how voice helps to bring out the age, how voice helps to display the profession of the character, or how voice can actually help in in terms of gender, for example. So the character building points are there, but we are approaching each point through voice. Okay, for example, if we approach a character through emotion, okay, that is separate thing. Or character through physicality, that is. So now here we are approaching or building the character only on the basis of voice. So we have to see how voice helps to bring out these characteristics of this particular character. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So the answer is there. You have written about it. Now you have to find it. You have to put voice as the primary search tool here.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. Why do you want to study screen acting? What do you think are the similarities and dissimilarities between theater acting and screen acting? Explain with examples. The thought of studying screen acting came to my mind when I was watching the movie Natasamra. While watching the movie, I believed that it was a real story and not a performance. I still remember me going with my mom. While watching the movie, I realized that acting can influence the mental and emotional aspects. I still remember me and my mom weeping on a scene when Nana Patekar tells his children about what he has been through. At that very moment, I felt, or let's say I got the zeal to know more about screen acting. Similarities and dissimilarities. Just write down. First, performance. In theater, the actor has to perform the scene in a single take. In screen acting, the actor can perform the scene multiple times. Example, in theater, there is live audience and whatever you say or do is a final verdict. But in screen acting, there is a camera and you can take numerous amount of retakes. Preparation is important in both screen and stage performances, but the processes are different for both. Example, in theater, the actor has a plenty of time to build a character and rehearse it. In screen acting, the actor has to adapt the character in a limited period of time. Direction. In theater, director instruct and guide actors on how to perform the piece. They are responsible for casting actors. In screen acting, the directors direct the scene instead of the actor. Usually, casting directors casts the actor. Example, in theater, the director is present for most of the rehearsals to make the play successful. In the film, director directs scenes and need not be present with the actor in rehearsals.
Okay. The similarities and dissimilarities are more relevant. They have valid points are there. But why do you want to learn screen acting? That is, I can understand the emotional part of your approach. Why you want to, because you got really, fascinated with a certain performance, and you got, you want the zeal to. That is the emotion about. But we have to also talk about the importance of it, importance of learning learning this medium particularly. So the second part is more, second part is better. Similarities, dissimilarities. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
5.5. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Also, as you said, the direction in theater, director
Yeah.
instruct and guide actors on how to perform the piece. They are responsible for casting actors. So also in the screen, director is responsible for casting the actor, nobody else. It is the director who decide whom he want to work with. You got my
Yes,
point?
and also the
Okay, sir.
other point, I was not trying to discourage you, but other point, the previous point, the preparatory part, even in films, they take years to prepare. You know, it's not like they have decided today and 1 week later they started building shooting. So preparation, the mode, the way, the method might be different, but in terms of time duration, it is case specific, both
Okay,
in
okay, ma'am.
stage and in film. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
ये जो दूसरा सेंटेंस है तुम्हारा, usually casting director cast the actor, no. What they do is, they read the character and present 3 to 4, they conduct the auditions, and then out of those auditions they present 3 to 4 people whom they think would be the best, and
Okay,
then
sir.
director would see the audition of 3 to 4 people, and then he would say this guy suits my role. Okay,
Okay, okay. Yes, sir.
casting
Thank you, sir.
director zero in 3 to 4 people, and it is the
Okay,
director who said, okay, this is the guy I want to work with.
okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, chaliye. Sachin Parmar,
Yes, sir.
aa jaiye.
What is the role of breathing in acting? Breathe is important in every, sir. Breathe is important in every art form and also in regular life. And breathing is an important tool for the actors. Without breathing strength, you don't speak properly and cleverly. In theater acting, actor must have a good and strengthening voice because every dialogue goes to the last chair in the theater room. Actors work very hard on their breathing pattern and they do different exercises because they need to speak clearly and speak loudly in every dialogue. If there are any respiratory or organic disease that impede sound to exist in the appropriate manner, you will to cure it, and basically doing breathing exercise is very important to strengthen your diaphragm. Actor playing the character and they cry in one scene and they laugh at the another scene, and his voice is different in each scene. Your voice pattern are not good and you are performing on the stage, you fumbling the dialogues and you did not play the character very well. I see the movie A Beautiful Mind where the actor Russell Crowe playing the lead character, and I see the beginning scene where the calm and relaxed and his breathing pattern are normal, and the last scene where they run away at the stage, his breathing pattern is too high as compared to the beginning scene.
Yeah. Okay. uh, Again, things like this respiratory and organic disease, are you talking in general, like breathing
Yes,
problem,
ma'am.
people having breathing problem? No, that is where, I mean, you have to be specific. If you are talking about breathing in acting, you can't talk about general health issues here,
General
because
starting
yeah,
point,
that is,
starting.
yeah, that is something else altogether. No, if someone's suffering from asthma is something else, but an actor having a problem of throat or volume, then that is something else. So we have to be specific in that way. And as I said, like there are certain points which are important, like fumbling is yeah, of course it is about when you gasp for breath, and when your breathing pattern is not proper, then you fumble, or out of tension also you fumble. So relaxation, where breathing is important to relax an actor's body. So these kind of things we will talk about it later. It will have, you will get more clarity about what are the things we need to speak,
Okay,
yeah.
ma'am.
But yeah, there are points which are good, which are nice. Yeah.
Point.
5. I'll give 5.
Okay. Why do you want to study screen acting? Acting is creative process for me, and I'm working on my acting pattern regularly and also doing theater for the last 3 years. In acting, you never do the same things in your life and you regularly change yourself. That is the beauty of this field, and that thing is connected to me to do that thing. Here you are working on your body, voice, diction, and more things. I have been working on these things for the last 3 years, and I regularly feel like doing more, but without proper knowledge, you do not do the right things at the right time. That is why I learned screen acting, and at a good screen acting institute. FTI is the only institute in India where I learned screen acting and gain all the knowledge about the screen acting. आई लास्ट वाला लाइन मेरे को थोड़ा सही लग रहा है एफटीए वाला, क्योंकि करना नहीं चाहिए था ये।
Yeah,
मेरे को
there are so many techniques that you need to learn. What are the things? ये जो बोल रहे हो ना तुम, इसमें ही सिर्फ स्पेसिफिकेशन चाहिए कि मुझे पता है कि एक्टिंग पैटर्न ऐसे जानना चाहिए, या फिर डिक्शन अच्छा होना चाहिए. What are the things, like, be specific, a bit more specification is needed here. Like, these are the qualities which are needed for screen acting, and that is what you feel. तुम्हें क्या लगता है? Why do you want to? Because I want to achieve or learn or experience certain need of screen acting. These are the needs of screen acting which I want to learn, and that is why I want to study screen acting. Yeah, वो specification ला दो बस.
अच्छा, ओके मैम। वैसे ग्रामेटिकली भी मेरे को लगता है कि थोड़ा बहुत इश्यूज हैं, लाइक
grammatical issues है, but yeah,
के अलावा दो दूसरी और भी चीजें होती हैं कि आपका
Yes, sir.
कंटेंट क्या है.
Yes, sir.
ग्रामर इज अ कंटेनर टू प्रेजेंट योर थॉट, बट अगर थॉट में ही गड़बड़ है तो वो ग्रामर से कुछ ज्यादा मदद मिलने वाली नहीं है. Got my point?
Yes,
Grammar
ma'am.
should
Yes, sir.
be ideally more or less, I would not say perfect, but acceptably.
yeah, but be aware, try to improve. Be aware, try to improve. अभी तो काफी वो apps आ गए हैं where you can check grammar after writing it, check constantly what are the things they are suggesting you. तो उसको improve करने में उसका ध्यान रखो तुम्हारा. बट ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम तो इंग्लिश लिटरेचर का कुछ वो PhD नहीं करने वाले हो. So it doesn't matter how, और एक दो जो ग्रामर मिस्टेक है, it's fine as long as you are conveying your thoughts. Yeah.
ओके मैम।
और एक छोटा सा अलर्ट मैं सब लोगों को दे देता हूँ.
यस सर।
जो सेंटेंस होता है ना, आई एम रेगुलरली डूइंग थिएटर फॉर 3 years, बस फंस गए. कुछ भी पूछ लेंगे तुमसे. जब तुमने ये बोल दिया आई एम रेगुलरली डूइंग थिएटर, तो फिर आपसे कुछ भी पूछने बैठ जाएंगे और आप वहां रिवर्स गियर के मार के भागते हुए हैं. तो ये सेंटेंस बहुत केयरफुली इस्तेमाल करना है, ये ध्यान रखना. इसको पोलाइटली बोल सकते हो कि आई एम अटैच्ड विद वन थिएटर ग्रुप एंड ऑन एंड ऑफ आई डू समथिंग. तुमने बोल दिया थिएटर फॉर 3 years, तो तुमसे पूछेंगे नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा के 3 डायरेक्टरों के नाम बताओ. फिर वहां पे तुमने अगर गलती से BM शाह बोल दिया तो तुमसे 2 प्ले के भी नाम पूछ लेंगे, और फिर तुमसे ये भी पूछ लेंगे कि थोड़ा एक आधे कैरेक्टर के नाम पे बारे में बता दो. तो तुम फंस जाओगे बड़े खतरनाक तरीके से. ध्यान रखना ये सेंटेंस, क्योंकि जब पहला राउंड ऑडिशन का होता है, ऑडिशन की बात कर रहा हूँ, पहला राउंड जब ऑडिशन का होता है तो उसमें एक नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा का ग्रेजुएट एक्स स्टूडेंट पिछले 4 साल से हमेशा बैठता रहा है, और एक FTI की फैकल्टी होती है और एक बाहर का एक्सपर्ट होता है. ठीक है, ये ध्यान रखना. ये सेंटेंस आई एम रेगुलरली डूइंग थिएटर फ्रॉम, खास तौर पे दिल्ली NCR के लोग गलती से मत बोल देना कि रेगुलरली डूइंग फॉर 3 years. गलती मत कर देना, क्योंकि तुम फंस जाओगे और फिर बाहर हो जाओगे, क्योंकि तुमने कोई
instead of that, can we use practicing?
भारत रंग महोत्सव देखा तुमने कभी जिंदगी में? 3 साल से थिएटर कर रहे हो, दिल्ली में रहते हो, कहाँ रहते हो?
यस सर, सर देखा है.
बस अब फंस गए तुम कभी 20 दिन में 1 दिन कभी BRM गए?
हाँ सर. सर हाँ सर गया था.
क्या देखा? नाम बोलो 2 प्ले के.
सर तुगलक, भारती शर्मा.
भारती शर्मा के 3 प्ले के और नाम बताओ.
अंधायुग
शर्मा के ग्रुप से अटैच हो इसलिए तुम्हें पता है. भारती शर्मा ने अभी नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा में एक प्रोडक्शन किया है, नाम बताओ उसका.
सर अभी उन्होंने एक प्ले किया था जिसमें क्या नाम है, उन्होंने
इतना टाइम नहीं लगता है. झांसी की रानी, बात खत्म. इतना टाइम नहीं लगता वहां पे, इतना टाइम नहीं होता है. तो क्योंकि तुम भारती शर्मा के ग्रुप से अटैच हो इसलिए तुम्हें थोड़ा सा पता है, और कुछ और पूछ लेंगे तो तुम फंस जाओगे वहां पे. तो ये सेंटेंस इस्तेमाल करने से पहले ध्यान रख. मैं इतना कहना चाह रहा हूँ. बात
थैंक यू सर.
नहीं पता थिएटर के बारे में तो ये सेंटेंस गलती से इस्तेमाल मत करने. ये फैशन है दिल्ली के अंदर बहुत लोगों का, खास तौर पे दिल्ली NCR के लोग. ये किसी ग्रुप में पीछे कुछ छोटा मोटा लाइट फाइट के आसपास घूमते रहते हैं और कुछ छोटा मोटा रोल भी कर रहे होते हैं, पर थिएटर का पता नहीं है, इसलिए फंस जाओगे। अगर तुम्हारा गलती से अगर रिटर्न क्लियर हो गया और 75 लोगों में तुम्हें ऑडिशन आ गया, तो ये सेंटेंस इस्तेमाल करने से पहले ध्यान। चलिए,
in stage or screen acting, some things are common or some things are not common, but the basic is similar at the both scenarios.
ये 2 लाइन की जरूरत ही नहीं है।
ओके मैम,
बिल्कुल भी, तुम डायरेक्ट डिसिमिलैरिटीज में चले जाओ।
okay, dissimilarities in screen acting, you take a retake of every shot, but theater acting you did not take any retake, only one take performance. In theater scene by scene going at the decided manner, but the screen acting director takes shots randomly. In theater acting you can see your performance with only a minimum audience at the time, but the screen acting you saw your performance with a large audience. You saw your performance at the large audience. Similarities: the theater or screen always need a good performer. They perform and give the message conventionally. In films or theater you have to practice each scene with your actors and manage all the things before the show, or realize that it is called pre-production. Theater or films both are effective medium where you considered great kind of thoughts.
डिसिमिलैरिटीज पॉइंट मुझे ज्यादा वैलिड लगा। सिमिलैरिटीज में लास्ट पॉइंट थोड़ा वेग है, यू नो, और बाकी 2 ठीक है मोर और लेस। लेकिन हाँ, ये ना थोड़ा सा लैंग्वेज में तुम्हें ध्यान देना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये दूसरा मीनिंग भी ला सकता है, मिसकम्युनिकेशन भी हो सकता है। हाँ, तो उसमें थोड़ा सा ध्यान डालना पड़ेगा तुम्हें। डिसिमिलैरिटीज और स्क्रीन क्यों एक्टिंग करना चाहते हो, उसमें भी थोड़ा सा कुछ वैलिड पॉइंट्स डालना पड़ेगा, अदर देन जनरल थिंग्स के मुझे पता है, मुझे जानना है और मुझे वो करना है। ठीक है, 4.5। या
ओके,
पूर्णिका शर्मा आ जाइए।
Yes, sir. How vocal properties help in building a character. Pitch. Mary Louise Streep as Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady. The age of the actor and the character is relevant here through modulation of pitch by changing number of vibrations per second, through throat anatomy and the changing physiology, just as in the case displayed by lowering her voice for the role of PM, whereas it was shrill and high-pitched in the free-running elections phase and in the moment of excitement. Psychologists suggest that a person's voice pitch affects how others perceive them. Similarly, it is the actor's job to study the human psyche to emote through this certain voice pitch. A low voice is perfect for authority, trust, sadness, disappointment, seriousness, or threatening topics or characters. In contrast, a higher pitched voice is suitable for cheery, bright, excited, energetic, or younger roles. Date of delivery. Pace depends on the person speaking and speeds up or down with the purpose or intent of the actor delivering voice, such as at a slower rate, listeners have time to consider, imagine, and process. Complex, sadder, or formal content may benefit from a slower, calmer pace. Urgent, animated, excited material is a faster one. This difference in rate of speech impacts the mood engendered in the listener. An actor's job is to see what speech rate likely delivers the best rhythm, pace, efficiency, trust, mood, and general feel of their character, such as the final speech from The Great Dictator when Charlie Chaplin is explaining his pace is slow. He wants listeners to reflect. When commanding soldiers, his voice takes a fast pace with a similar rhythm but different intonation. Tone. A pattern of speaking is individualistic and can be adapted, such as in The Iron Lady. Meryl Streep has adapted Margaret Thatcher's pattern to give importance to certain words in a rhythm to make her sound authoritative and motivating, inspiring a level of confidence. It helps reflect a hidden subtext. For example, Nasiruddin Shah as Bhaskar Kulkarni in Akrosh when Bhaskar meets the news editor for the first time and asks, "You didn't want to tell or you don't intend to disclose?" He molds his voice after having said, "So you won't tell me." Also, when the editor replies, "Think as you may," he thanks, whereas the editor clarifies, saying he didn't mention anything. At last, Bhaskar emotes a subtle smirk through voice and says, "Thanks for the same." Fourth thing is texture. It helps add layer to the character's voice and make it sound unique, dealing with the thickness, vocal range, and feelings. Intonation, the variation in spoken pitch in the journey of a sentence can be seen in Apur Sansar, where Soumitra Chatterjee plays with the rise and fall of words in poetry, romanticizing the river. Also delivering the speech on adopting Swadesi and boycotting Western-made goods in Ghare Behre, making it sound authoritative. Sixth is loudness. Dustin Lee Hoffman, as Ted Kramer in Kramer versus Kramer, he uses hushed, intimate tones while making Billy, his son, fall to sleep in bed as he is realizing how he cannot afford to be detached to his only family, which brings out his insecurity of losing people. As he realizes what his wife had been going through and his unavailability at home, he feels for his family and expresses the same in whispering voice to Billy, comforting and making him understand the same. A louder delivery that indicates urgency, importance, confidence, power, or anger. A softer voice may convey a secret and intimate word, warmth, discretion, or indiscretion.
Yeah. First of all, you have to cut it short. It's too long. And maybe you can merge certain like divisions, like certain things you can merge together if possible.
Okay.
Instead of repeating an example, you can talk about two qualities in one thing. No,
Right.
if you yeah. So it'll help you to keep it short, more to the point. And again, as I was saying before, all these observations, qualities, properties that you're talking about, all are relevant. But now we have to look in some other way. We have to keep voice as the primary search tool of a character. So how voice helps in finding characters, basically, it's not like how it's most of the time we are talking about how to emote, how we are
Yes.
emoting through voice, how a scene is, when we are anger, how we are doing it, when we are having, some passionate words, how the voice is. So we are moving in the in this title of heading of emotion, emotion and voice. But
Yes.
there are other aspects as well, like age and other things with which helps building a character. So we have to talk about that also differently, keeping all these factors in mind, keeping
Okay.
pitch, volume, and everything in mind. Okay, 5.
Okay.
Give you 5. Keep it short. It's too long. It's not needed. Intonation, this, that. You can club them. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the good thing is that you have used the example of the films which are being
You
screened.
have seen. This is very good.
So
You
it
have
is
used more
only
examples.
genuine
Yeah. Yeah.
examples rather than cut and paste from here and there. So this is a good thing which I found not many people do. So this is a good aspect of your writing, at least.
Absolutely. And giving more examples, of course, will give clarity to the examiner as well. So it's good that you are giving examples. Yeah.
Okay. The role of breathing in the breath one takes supports the sound and makes it stronger. Running out of breath will mean that words tail off and lose their impact. It is important for volume too. Without sufficient breath, the voice won't carry. The way an actor carries their body affects their breathing and the way your voice sounds. Breathwork, the pattern, rhythm, and pace of breathing affects the pitch, resonance, quality, volume, tone, and range of the voice. The factor of resonance plays an important role in governing an actor's breath. If produced correctly and without tension, the sound made will vibrate in the body so that it's rich, full bodied, and carries well through. Such as bass resonance, this is when the sound vibrates below your diaphragm. Chest resonance, this is when the sound vibrates in your chest. Low pitched notes tend to resonate here, producing rich and clear sounds. Head resonance, this is where higher notes resonate. The other one is falsetto, used by male voice to imitate the female head voice. The above registers help characterize in the following ways. Low registers are used to show softness and kindness and are used by mature characters. The character might have specific vocal mannerisms, a nervous cough or giggle, a booming laugh, or a squeaky tone. It is creaky with a breathy vocal quality when more air is let through the vocal folds. The background check of the character needs a certain accent, such as an Australian accent resonates from nose. What kind of person is the character? Are they shy and quiet or loud and domineering? Each requires different capacities to hold the breath with low pitch for the former and using a high pitch for the latter. Is the character young, old, or middle-aged? Defines how short of breath the character must be and the fall of each sentence would be. Would their voice be deep and mature or young and light? Breath helps develop the quality and tone of a character's voice. For example, Anthony Hopkins in The Father, the texture of his voice until he is living in present with hallucinations about the past holds the grunge of an old Englishman, often coughing, and as he gets overjoyed, he breathes heavy as per the age. When he lives in the memories of his childhood, he cries like a baby and uses his body to fall apart and depict a breakdown, helping him pick the breathing pattern of an infant, developing a soft baby's voice through the temperament and breath. Every bhava as depicted in Natya Shastra holds a certain breathing pattern, helping the actor emote and bring out the rasa, such as panting and short of breath to emote bhaya, terror.
I just
Yeah.
need to say one thing, Shravasti.
Yeah.
This much, I wonder if the same question comes, they will remember that much to reproduce in the examination, because it is more or less Google search and all that. But somehow, some of these text has a understanding aspect missing. You know, you have just reproduced it from here and there, but I doubt that you yourself would be able to remember this much in the examination. That would be a pity.
There are. Can we scroll up a bit and let me just? It's a very long one. First of all, you don't need to talk about resonance and the types of resonance. It's not needed in this question. Now, role of breathing when we are talking. So most of the time we are again talking about how to, emote, how it's helping to emote. Certainly it's helping in emoting. There is no doubt about that. But how it's helping in speech, how it's helping in concentration, how it's, because an actor's job is not only emoting, right? It is about the preparation before the relaxation, after the concentration, in between, everything, right? So we have to talk about other aspects as well, where breathing plays a very important role in each of these aspects. And of course we will talk about how to, how lowering the voice or loudness is helping to emote certain things like laughing or giggle and everything. That's a part of it, and we really don't need to get into this the subdivisions or the this falsetto and everything. We don't need to talk about this, so that you can easily make it shorter when you will. So the approach should be acting as a medium, acting a method, acting a form, as a form, how we are approaching aspects of acting. The points I'll be talking about, you can add more to that as well. There is no harm in that. But talk about different aspects, because acting is not about emoting only. I like the fact that you have referred Natya Shastra and all. And that's a very relevant point. You have examples you have used. That's good. But make it to the point. You need to be like really very, specific and
Yes,
crisp.
ma'am.
Of course, yeah. I'll give you. I can give you 5.5, but I could have given you a little more. Make it short. You have a tendency of writing too much and irrelevant things, so you have to be careful about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enacting would allow me as an actor to manipulate the medium rather than being manipulated by it. Screen acting demands intensity from actors. Meryl Streep, being an intense actress on screen, has been my inspiration. Retakes are part of screen acting. Ma'am, ye edit karna tha, wo rahega. The thing to learn is to deliver the emotion with same intensity innumerable times. I surely would like to own the craft as theater narrates with words, whereas film narrates with images. Thus, listening and reacting is important for effective screen acting, as camera tends to focus on the actor who is listening rather than who is speaking in a dialogue. On camera, work motivates me to develop a strong inner monologue.
ये सब बकवास है. कैमरा वर्क मोटिवेट मी टू डेवलप इनर मोनोलॉग. ये देखो, अभी तुम क्या कर रही हो? तुम फेंक रही हो, फेंकने में लगी हो. फेंकना बंद कर. ठीक है? ये सब तो बहुत ईमानदारी से आंसर लिखना होता है. मैं गूगल रिसर्च के अगेंस्ट नहीं हूँ. बात समझ रहे हैं आप?
Yes, sir.
मैं गूगल रिसर्च के अगेंस्ट नहीं हूँ. गूगल रिसर्च इज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, बट उसमें उस रिसर्च में से एकदम, अब क्या बताऊं मैं तुम्हें, पहले दूध में से थोड़ा सा क्रीम निकाल लो, फिर क्रीम में से थोड़ा अपना मक्खन निकाल लो, और फिर मक्खन में से देन यू टेक आउट द घी. यू नो, दैट इज व्हाट यू नीड टू प्रेजेंट हियर.
Okay, sir.
You understand sugar cane, sugar process. रस
Yes,
निकलता है, फिर उसमें से आपको you have to give the granules of sugar, चीनी जिसको बोलते हैं, वो प्रेजेंट करना है. तुम क्या है, पूरा गन्ना डाल देती हो यहाँ पे. ये लो जी, गन्ना तोड़ के लाया हम तो वहां से गूगल में से, और ये लो. तो गन्ना नहीं देना है. You have to give the crystals of sugar. चलिए.
Yeah.
Approaching acting internally and expressing thoughts through the eyes helps actor find inner focus and eliminate extraneous and distracting gestures. Facial expressions, particularly eyes, are the primary emoting factors, and I prefer to play with my facial gestures, and I'm eager to study the science behind the studies to delve into characters on screen. Expressing most within restrained body gestures and movement is required. This challenge excites me to know about the naturalism and methodologies for screen acting. The amplification of presence, which an actor should be aware of, comes with practice. The craft provides with the opportunity to learn different lights, camera angles, and shots, making an actor comfortable with the medium. I have an inner motive to perform real-life characters, and screen acting requires such realistic representations. Modulation of voice pitch, volume, particularly in the case of dubbing, is very important and need to be learned. Actors should have the flexibility to emote in a non-linear shooting schedule. It requires preparation and practice. An actor needs to be trained to concentrate and relax in between the chaotic atmosphere of shooting, which can only be learned by being in the ambience. I believe acting to be a form of human exchange, and through screen acting, one can pull off realism and make the audience relate and empathize with the believable characters.
Okay. Have you been able to access the PPT I'm going to share today?
Yeah, they will be already sent, and we will be sharing it now after the 1 hour.
You have shared it already.
I shared 10 minutes before. When you send it immediately.
I had a PPT beforehand, which was.
No, but these people have sent the answers much earlier. Till 4:30 is the deadline. These answers are being compiled till.
No, certainly in this answer I can see the reflection of that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, initially, yeah, there are valid points, and there are points which I'm going to discuss today, of course. But the approach is correct. The track is good, because you are approaching in a more professional way, I would say, like how you are actually, what are the things that you exactly specifically want to learn in screen acting, rather like only putting the emotional part of it forward or the experiential part of it forward. So yeah, this is better. Yeah, I'll give you 6. But Naresh ji, maybe we can share the PPT after the class. Make sure we'll share the PPT after the class.
I just thought, because sometimes I forget, So that's it. But these questions,
because that is a very they'll get a good material to
Sir,
formalize their answer. If you provide them before the class, then it's irrelevant to discuss about it later.
no problem.
So this
there was
is
this question. आपने पहले share किया था एक PPT for the same question, उसी को refer किया actually.
वो आपने ना वो जो पहले वाला जो पीपीटी वो 2 साल वाला जो है उसमें से कुछ पॉइंट्स शायद थे, तो इसलिए वहां से शायद लिए हो इन लोगों।
अच्छा, हो सकता है
वो पुराना
But
जो
it-
था ना वो जो
yeah.
पीपीटी जो काफी लंबा पीपीटी।
Yeah, हो सकता है. I'm just referring because in case you forget, but this is very important that we share the PPT after the class. Okay.
I just did it today. Otherwise, we always do once a class is over. Okay. So, what are the similarities and dissimilarities of stage and screen acting? Explain with example.
The presence of storytelling through characters' journey. For example, Savitri in Mohan Rakesh's play Aadhe Adhure and Arati in Ray's Mahanagar. The process of characterization of actor is similar in both the mediums. Internal and outward transformation of a character is visible in both. Use of prop costume makeup such as Kabir Bedi in play Tughlaq and Ranveer Singh in Padmavat. If an actor is required to learn any special skill, such as Natalie Portman learned ballet for Black Swan movie, Stella Adler's students learning acrobats, actor following certain schools or method of acting. So dissimilarities के लिए मैंने पूरा वही PPT refer किया है इसमें.
आगे बोलो
Yeah,
आप।
so there is no point discussing this answer right now. We can move to the next one.
Okay, अविनाश कुमार, आप यहाँ पे हैं अविनाश?
जी सर, जी सर।
आइए।
How vocal properties help in building a character? The characteristics and quality of voice define character's personality and more. Pitch, like a lower pitch voice is perfect for authority, trust, sadness, disappointment, serious and threatening character. In contrast, a higher pitched voice for excited, energetic or younger roles. Tone. Every character has a tone of a voice, a pattern of speaking which defines a character. Like in movie Rajniti, actor Manoj Bajpayee sounds like an inspiring leader. Loudness. How loud do I want my character voice to be? Like if I am doing a historical character like Duryodhana from Maharathi play, my voice should be louder according to character. And in same play, if I portray Krishna, then it is not loud as much as Duryodhana. Intonation. Word in sentence rise and fall. How should a script be read to portray the meaning best and not to mislead? Speed rate. The rate of delivery of dialogue also show the purpose and situation of the character. Like if my character is in hurry or when in anger, the delivery rate increase at that time. Voice identify the character's traits, both good and bad. Also the aspects of a character attitude and behavior. Are my characters kind, happy, patient, satisfied, or mean, rude, disrespectful, angry, or greedy? It also shows the age of characters, like young or old. If character is old, then how old it is, and in that case, resonator helps to produce that kind of voice. Most of the time, character changes voice through the help of resonator involved in whole film, or play like loud to under pitch, deep voice to whispering, like most of the time Amitabh Bachchan uses in his film.
Yeah, okay. Again, this divisions and you need to change. You need to approach through the characterization and then talk about the different qualities or properties there. And you have used your example, which is good. And एक मुझे वो महाभारत वो वाला पोर्शन क्या लिखा तुमने?
मैम वो महारथी प्ले है, उसके बारे में लिखा था कि जो दुर्योधन है उसमें जो नेगेटिव पोर्ट्रे करता है, तो जिस हिसाब से कैरेक्टर है एक्चुअली वो लाउड कैरेक्टर है, तो उसका वॉइस हमेशा मतलब मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम लाउड रहता है।
अच्छा,
और उसी प्ले में जो कृष्णा जो एक किरदार है वो मतलब सॉफ्ट रहते हैं, जिस हिसाब से कैरेक्टर है उनका। तो वो तो ये वॉइस के बारे में, लाउडनेस के बारे में मैंने एग्जांपल दिया था।
अच्छा
जी,
ओके। यस, गुड अटेम्प्ट। मुझे थोड़ा सा मतलब अभी इसका अप्रोच थोड़ा चेंज करना है और थोड़ा स्पेसिफिकेशन में जाना है। सो आई विल गिव यू 5.5।
What is the role of breathing in acting?
और
First
कम
of,
भी करना है, वर्ड्स भी कम करना है
okay,
शायद।
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Crisp.
Okay, okay. First of all, we need breathing to stay alive in the role. Breathing can strengthen our performance. It gives power to muscle and freezing movement and improves body posture. The more power actor access from breathe, the stronger will be performance. Uh, Relationship. Breathe is the key to restoring the deepest connection with impulse, emotion, imagination, and language. Too often, actors can get caught running out of breath in a line, and a wave of self-consciousness rushes over the face. Deep breathing help in the focus, relax, concentrate, resulting in powerful emotional output, and it maximize and empower the performances. Breathing pattern also change in response to changes in emotion such as anger, anxiety, fear, result in shallow and rapid breathing. Sharp intake of breath rushes oxygen to brain and give vital movement and affect range, volume, speed of dialogue delivery. Voice breathing is important skill for producing a strong voice and better projection. Without breathing, it may be difficult to fully achieve our speech and quality voice, and also produce variety of voice. With the help of breathing, can use resonator and produce different kind of voice.
Yeah, this is good, this is good. First point क्या लिखा तुमने?
First of all, need breathing to stay
हाँ,
alive.
इसको ही ना थोड़ा सा वो इसमें डिवाइड कर दो ना कि तुम फिजिकलिटी के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, मूवमेंट के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, यू नो बॉडी पोस्चर के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, तो उसमें एक की वो हेडिंग दे दो इसमें, ठीक है? नेक्स्ट पैरा तुम किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हो?
मैम रिलेशनशिप जो हमारा ब्रीदिंग और जो कनेक्शन और इमोशन से होता है, ब्रीदिंग का क्या रिलेशनशिप है?
डाउन नरेश जी, या हाँ बोलो।
मैम जो रिलेशनशिप है ना, वो हमारा जो ब्रीदिंग है उसका रिलेशनशिप हमारे इमेजिनेशन से या फिर हमारे इमोशन से क्या है?
अच्छा, इमोशन के बारे में तुम बात करो तो उसको बोल दो। नेक्स्ट है तुम क्या कंसंट्रेशन और हाँ, तो इसको हेडिंग दे दो तो ये it'll be easy for the examiner also to understand। और अगर तुम्हें एग्जांपल्स देना है तो तुम दे सकते हो, हर एक में दे सकते हो, जिसमें देना है इम्पोर्टेंट उसमें दे सकते हो। एग्जांपल्स आर ऑलवेज गुड, बट अदर देन या इट्स गुड। 6, आई विल गिव यू 6।
चलिए नेक्स्ट बोलिए।
Sir, what are the similarities and dissimilarities of stage and screen acting? Explain with examples. Dissimilarities: facial expression and body gesture, location of the audience. Stage tends to be far away from the audience, depends upon size of auditorium. So actors have to exaggerate their facial expressions and gestures so even last row can see what's going on. In a screen, camera can get extremely closer to the actor, which closes gap between the audience and the actors. Like in film, we must use more subtle, controlled, and natural expression and gesture. Large exaggerated stage acting can look awkward and silly on screen. Voice and volume. In a stage, we have just a chance to get it right, voice quality and variation, and also ensure the lines are memorized. We have to be loud in theater and produce more projection in voice so that everyone can listen. A screen have multiple takes to get a scene right. If actors slur diction, stumble over a line, can show the line can show the scene again, and the voice should be in normal range, and they can also dubbed later there is dubbed later if there is some problem in voice during shoot. Preparation and performance. Theater performance happen in real time. Stage actors spend many rehearsal hours develop character, memorizing lines. Despite all preparation, a stage actor need to alert in case something goes wrong, like missed cue, forgotten prop, etc. But no matter what, show must go on somehow. They must deliver the same performance and new every each time they perform.
लास्ट के 2 सेंटेंस की जरूरत नहीं है। नो मैटर व्हाट शो मस्ट गो ऑन समहाउ।
ओके सर,
परफॉर्मेंस एंड न्यू एवरी टाइम, ये जरूरत
मेरा थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश ठीक नहीं है तो इस चक्कर में
तुम्हें ताली बजवाने के लिए 2 लाइन डालती
है। तुम जो बोल रहे हो वो सही है, लेकिन वो तुम 2 लाइन में या 3 लाइन में बोलने की कोशिश करो, क्योंकि वही मतलब एक्चुअल मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, मतलब बाकी के सब बेकार बातें हैं। अदरवाइज द एक्चुअल थिंग यू कैन से इन 3 लाइन्स इवन।
ओके।
इंग्लिश में एक फ्रेज होता है, बीटिंग अराउंड द बुश,
राइट,
बी अवॉइड।
राइट।
मदान साहब का
Okay.
एक, हमारे गुरुजी हैं एक मदान साहब, हिंदुस्तान में पहला आदमी जिसको नेशनल अवार्ड फॉर राइटिंग इन सिनेमा था, उनका एक टाइटल है, बोले तो बहुत कुछ कहिए भी।
Right.
तो बोलना नहीं है, कहना है। यहाँ पे कुछ कहने वाली बात क्या है वो जरा 2 सेंटेंस में बता दो, बस लंबा लंबा नहीं करना, ठीक है?
ठीक है, ठीक है sir. Film do not happen in real time. It's easy to fix the mistakes on text. Dialogue can repeat same scene to make it better. Also, there is little time in between scene for mental reset. They can take time and gap to make scene better. Similarities. Character development and research of character are same in both medium. Lines of a script break down and memorize. Both are effective medium of communication. Both are great form of entertainment. इसमें मुझे ज्यादा पता नहीं था तो
अच्छा
है,
नहीं,
थोड़ा सोचोगे तो पता है तुम्हें, ऐसी बात नहीं है, बट इसको ना थोड़ा सभ्य तरीके से लिखना है। अभी तुमने कुछ ज्यादा ही टू द पॉइंट।
तुम्हारे मतलब कोई पैरिटी नहीं रहा ना, तुम ये आंसर जैसे शुरू किया और जैसे
जी
एंड
जी
किया, इसमें
जी
काफी अंतर है। तो
जी जी मैम
वो पैरिटी, वो बैलेंस रखना है। अगर ये तुमने बहुत 10-10 लाइन पहले लिख लिया, इसलिए सिमिलैरिटीज में एक एक लाइन में छोड़ दिया,
कुछ
सो
उसमें
ये
समझ
कैसे
नहीं आ
हो
रहा
सकता?
था एक्चुअली, इसीलिए
समझ
मुझे कुछ
आएगा,
समझ नहीं
समझ आ रहा है तुम्हें, तुमने लिखने का कष्ट नहीं किया है, और थोड़ा उसको ना टाइम डिवोट करना पड़ता है इन सब कामों के लिए। तो थोड़ा सा
Yes.
तुम्हारे पास जो है 24 घंटे होते हैं, उसमें 12 घंटे अगर तुम सो भी रहे हो तो 12 घंटे कम से कम है तुम्हारे पास।
सर
नहीं,
मेरे पास 12 घंटे हॉस्पिटल ड्यूटी होती है, इस चक्कर में थोड़ा
हॉस्पिटल
सा
ड्यूटी है बेटा, फिर हॉस्पिटल में लेटे रहोगे, एग्जाम है, छुट्टी उट्टी लेके बैठ जाओ अगर पास हो, ठीक
जी
है?
सर जी सर जी सर
नहीं, but of course you must think about it. I'm sure you always think about it, but उसको अभी लाना है, मतलब उसको
ओके मैम
इम्प्लीमेंट करना है। जो भी तुम्हारा थॉट प्रोसेस है उसको अभी लिखना है।
ओके मैम
It's a good attempt. There are valid points which I've seen, but you can make it crisper and to the point. And please don't make comments like ये easy job है, फिल्म सेट में वो easy है रीटेक्स देना, वो easy नहीं है। ठीक है, थिएटर भी
ओके
डिफिकल्ट है, फिल्म भी डिफिकल्ट है एट द सेम टाइम। सो कोई भी इजी कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे। या फिर ये एक्टिंग मतलब स्क्रीन में करेंगे तो दे लुक सिली। सो दीज आर, जो ये कॉमन लोग ये ऐसे बातें करते हैं, जिसको इस मीडियम के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है, जो एक डिस्टेंस से इस मीडियम को देखते हैं, वो ऐसे बातें करते हैं कि देखो कैसे बेकार ऐसे एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं, स्टेज वाला एक्टिंग स्क्रीन में कर। Now we are the one who are studying about this subject. We want to study about this subject. We want to make it our profession. We have to talk sense. We cannot comment generally, especially
ओके
in
मैम
our exam papers. Okay? तो
ओके
ये सब चीजें थोड़ा अवॉइड करो, ऐसे
ठीक
comments
है
अवॉइड करो, ठीक है?
We'll
ठीक है मैम
break
ठीक है
for
मैम
10 minutes now, and we'll be meeting at
Yeah,
10:10, and then
I'll
Shavasti,
give you 5 for this. This is good attempt. Yeah,
थैंक
so
यू
10:10 we'll meet up.
sure. Shall we start?
Okay, so we can share the PPT now. Just which one you want to start with? Breathing pattern?
Vocal properties, yeah.
Okay, just give me a moment. Yes, we can start now.
Yeah. So as I was saying that how we should approach, or there are general methods of approaching a character. So it's a very basic thing that I have taken over here, how to approach a character. And when we are approaching character, how I can achieve that aspect of characterization, of building a character through voice. So my intention here is only through voice how I can you know, understand, achieve, or incorporate that aspect of characterization through voice. Okay, for example, of course, age is a very vital factor, and it defines the texture of the voice. Even when it doesn't matter how the person or what you know, whether the person is you know, on the happier side, sad side, doesn't matter. That age will, of course, will affect the voice quality in that way. So younger age people, of course, they tend to have a higher pitch, higher volume, faster speech, whereas the age brings lower pitch, feeble volume if it's someone who is older. So I have taken this example of Maqbool, where he has maintained this very shrieky vocal quality while playing the character, and that's something he has incorporated to address the age of the character. That's kind of you know, the voice he has selected to approach this character in that way. Okay, the next one, ethnicity. Ethnicity is, of course, when we were talking about last day also, we talked about this having nasal accent of people who are from Australia, like that. Even, you know, the study says that black individuals have more nasal quality in their voice than Asians or mixed ethnic groups. But for example, India, because we speak so many languages and we come from different culture and you know, region, so it differs a lot. The kind of quality, voice quality differs a lot. The kind of tone, it differs a lot, region wise and language wise. Of course, pitch, volume, because there are certain region people who tends to, you know, talk on a higher note, whereas there are people who's the whole, you know, because of the region and language and the culture, they speak softly in that way. So in that way, a character's ethnicity affects voice as well. So when we are trying to you know, realistically approach a character, then we have to understand where the character is coming and how that is affecting his voice or tonality or something like that. I have taken example of Irfan in Namesake because there he has played a character of a Bengali who himself is not a Bengali, but he has taken that, you know, pitch and tonality and rhythm of how a Bengali speaks. So in that way, I think ethnicity affects a lot in terms of characterization. Next.
Age, no, sorry, ethnicity and then profession.
Yes. So what is the profession of the character? If it says that teachers, they tend to speak louder, whereas and stage actors as well, they tend to speak louder, and but a RJ or a person who is whose profession is call center employee, they'll speak in a different volume, pitch, and quality altogether. So what's the profession of the character, and how I will modulate or understand or select properties, vocal properties, to convey or to project the profession of the character. For example, if there is a character who is the video that you sent, Naresh, Feriwala, Feriwala. So so if that's the profession, then you have to prepare your voice in a very different way altogether. So you have to approach a voice in a very different way. For example, and that's why I've taken this example of Kumari Sulu, because she is a RJ over there. So she has taken our modulated voice accordingly. When she was in the film, when she is playing the profession, she is having a different voice. And when she is not playing the profession, not RJing in that way, she took a very normal speaking pattern or voice or volume, like that. So it differs a lot. So in that way, you need to know the profession of your character, and if that profession demands a certain kind of voice quality, tonality, and everything, you select accordingly in that way. Okay, next.
One second. Physical state. Physical state.
Yes, so physical state, of course, it affects the voice directly, I would say. So if a person who has got hearing impairment in that way, he would speak in a certain volume, or if a character who is suffering from certain illness, which is like really long, they will, that character will need to have certain different pitch altogether, because the body itself is suffering a lot. So even when we watch characters which are dying, or which are like, if we really want to, you can give example of some good performance in that way, not the regular Bollywood one which jahan pe aise hi mar jate hain over melodramatically, but the real one where it is actually the physical state is, we can actually connect or actually feel the character's pain in that way. Their voice has a very important role to play. So if a character of that certain condition is there, then how to approach that character through voice, so as you can see, all the points that I'm using, these are used to approach a character. But here we are only talking about the voice of the character, where how I am approaching this character's voice in that way. How an actor should approach while preparing the character. It's building a character. You have not built it yet, so you are building it. So it's a preparation. Okay, next one. Yes, so generally, if we have some character which is not, from our regular things, regular life, then it is a little bit vast, because it opens a lot of imagination, a lot of windows there, and you can actually play with that in that way. So yesterday when I was talking about surreal characters, I was talking about this Ghost, the character of Ghost from Satyajit Ray film, where is it possible to play that? Is it possible, Naresh, on YouTube? Then everyone can have a idea about it. Is it possible?
Which one you're talking about?
I can't even write here. No, can I write in the message? Is it possible to?
I think you should be able to.
Okay.
In chat box, you should be able to write.
Okay. Yeah. So just write. Oh no.
Borer Raja.
No. That will be Bhuter. That's
You can just spell it out and
Bhuter Raja. Okay, Satyajit Ray, Bhuter Raja. Yeah. Yes, the first one. We can play the first one. Full screen.
Let me just first open it.
Left corner up.
Right?
Sound is not there.
সত্যি রাজা মশাই, আমাদের বড্ড দুঃখ, কিছু কোনো কিছু বুঝতে পারছি না। আমি আছি বলতে রাজা, খুশি হলে বারবি, খুশি হলে বারবি, তুন্দার 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 তিনবার। শুধু তিন দেবে দেবে বল তোরা, কোনবার চাষবাল, কোনবার চাষবাল, কোনবার খাওয়া ভাবনা না থাকে। তারা তারা দেশ দেশ খেতে চেয়ে হাত তালি, ধামা চেয়ে হাত তালি, এর হাতে ওর হাতে মিলে তালি, আর কোনবার চাষবাল। আমাদের তো দেশ বেড়ানো সামলাতে উঠে, যদি একটু ঘুরে ঘুরে বেড়াতে পারতাম। দেশ দেখা দেশ দেখা দেশ 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 দেশ, লোকে জোড়া পায়ে পড়ে কোথা যাবি গান করে, এর হাতে ওর হাতে তালি দিবি তালি দিবি তালি দিবি।
Okay, we can pause as you will understand the thing I'm talking about. So this is Satyajit Ray's voice, and he has played this. He has given this like for the playback. He has used his own voice, and he has a very baritonic voice and a very different quality altogether. But here it is sounding completely different altogether. So. It's not a real character in that way, and it has got a certain quality, primarily the nasal one and also the creaky one. So in that way, when we are projecting or playing this kind of characters or situations, for example, in many films we see that someone got possessed, for example. So there is this whole difference of voice projection when they are possessed and when they are not. So that is how this unrealistic situation affects your voice, and you actually choose a different quality and tone and volume just to make that that unrealistic thing come together. Okay. The last one, which most of you have been able to very nicely write about, that is of course the how voice affecting emotional state of an actor, of a performer. Um, there of course, and there is nothing to say new about it. You all know about this, but this emotional parameter is one of the factor that a character carries. Yeah, there are in certain scenes certain emotion is needed, and that's why they have But here, when we are talking about building a character, we have to understand here the range comes. The range of the voice comes. This character is someone's mic is you need to mute. Okay, so here comes the range of the voice, where if that character is maybe that character is a soft spoken voice. For example, if I say the range is from 1 to 10, then maybe that character is on the lower range. Maybe his range is like when he whispers is 1, and when he shouts in anger at his extreme it's 5. So his range is like really low. So there, how he'll emote when he is romanticizing in a scene. There, how he'll emote or which volume he'll take when he is anxious. There, in that range, how the emotion will differ and how that difference of emotion will affect the voice. Similarly, if a character who tends to speak louder, it's a different range altogether. So emotional parameter also talks about the range of the voice, because because an actor always it transforms, as we know, and it goes through certain state of emotion. That is the primary job of an actor of a character. They go through certain emotions, and how voice will help there to do justice to a certain emotional state in that way. Okay, yeah.
So, which is the next PPT you want? Role of breathing?
Breathing, yeah. Yes, so breathing, when it is said that it is how breathing is important in acting, so we have to understand the different aspects of acting. Of course, an actor must have a certain a portion of physicality is involved in an actor's performance. It might be something which is like completely physical. If you're talking about live performances which are like very which are based on physical acting performance, then it's a different kind of breathing and preparation and practice an actor needs while doing that physical acting, because it takes a lot of stamina, and you need to conserve energy a lot, because you need to sustain till the end. So that breathing practice, the breathing which will help you in blood circulation to enhance the energy supply, and of course restrict you from getting exhausted, that is how breathing will help in physical acting, which is really like very strenuous in that way, physically, which is very strenuous. So different kind of core preparation is needed, and there, as when you are preparing or when you are acting, the breathing is it's the primary source of oxygen and energy in your body. It is very crucial for performers who are into physical acting altogether. Okay, the next one. Now, how that pattern and practice won't help much if it's a verbal acting. Verbal acting would need a certain functioning of diaphragm, where you can control you can control your breath. You have to have more control in your breath, because you will be delivering dialogues, you will be speaking. So it's not about only just breathing in and out, exhalation, inhalation. It's not about that. It is about controlling duration of the breath, because as long as you will take the practice says that controlling the duration of exhalation will actually help you to help you in longevity, help you in taking more lines in one breath, help you to extend your breath and avoid breathlessness in between. So an actor must know how an actor must primarily breathe from his mouth while speaking. We all do that, but for an actor it is important, because the speech which I'm speaking has to be clear, loud, and enough strength should be there. Whether in stage acting it is very important, or in screen acting, a certain amount of presence of your voice and speech is needed while you are speaking, your delivering your dialogues, and breath plays a very vital role over there. And that's how this inhalation and exhalation practices are needed, with words, with sentences, then paragraphs, then longer paragraphs. So how to break your breath in between to maintain that elasticity of the volume, of the strength, or whatever tension is needed in that particular speech. For that you need to work on your breath. An actor should work on their breaths. Okay, next one, breathing and emotion. Again, of course, one of you has taken this example of Navrasa, which is very much relevant, because Indian scholars, they say that breathing and emotion is something which is like unavoidable relationship they share. And we also know in our personal life, in our daily life, we know how breathing affects my psychology, my state of mind affects my breathing, right? If I am angry, I take, I gasp for breath. If I am sad, then maybe my breathing is like a little bit, ye jo lump hai. These kind of things we feel. It has got direct relationship with breathing. But what the Navrasa sadhana is saying, that instead of going to this like the Western theory of going to the memory and understanding the state of mind of the character, and then accordingly observe the observe the breathing, Navrasa is saying that approach through breathing. Directly you approach with certain patterns of breathing, and that is going to help you emote, that is going to help generate emotion or that particular state of mind of the character, and hence you will be able to project that. So the approach is completely different from Western techniques of approaching emotion to this Indian aesthetics what they are speaking. So breathing is very important part of emotion when we are talking about Indian methods or methods of 9 emotions. Okay, so the next one. Awareness of breath. For an actor, it is very important to be aware of their breath, to observe their breath, and to develop the ability to control that. Now, controlling breath, not only like I shouldn't be breathless, I shouldn't feel breathless when I am speaking, when I am delivering dialogue. controlling doesn't mean that only, because we are like human beings, and we are playing a certain character, and how to bring myself to that state first. It is a preparatory period, I would say. First I have to control. If I am anxious and the character now is demanding something which is like really calm and settled, then I have to control my breath accordingly and put myself in that state of mind. So how my breath is working right now, or my state of mind is affecting my breath, I have to be very aware of that as a human being, as an actor. So that I can manipulate that, so that I can change that, so that I can control that, so that I can use it accordingly. But I have to come to a neutral, stable point first to start my journey, actually. So that awareness of an actor is very important about breath. Okay, the next one. And an actor should relax. That is something which is extremely important while we are preparing, even when we are before a shot, before entering the stage, in the stage, on the stage, in between the shot, while giving a shot. Relaxation is something which helps to basically, keeping that stability in you, not as a human being, but I'm talking as an actor's state of mind. So keeping that stability is very much important. So before starting, so deep breathing technique is there, where it relaxes muscles and regulates heart activity, and it actually helps you before or after the performance, in between as well. But in between, I would say, like, you more tend to act according to the emotional state of the character, or the kind of the demand of the scene, basically. But before reaching there, relaxation is very much important. And if you do that, also in Indian method, you can meditate and observe. This observing breath is a part of meditation, where it's not about observing the breath, it's observing yourself as well. You can actually meditate on this fact, that how each and every body part is placed right now, and how your breath is moving, and that helps you to relax in a certain way, and that will actually help you to conserve energy for your performance. So an actor, it's not about only preparing for the character, it's also before and after, which is very important for an actor's job is that. Yeah. Any questions about these two questions, or shall I continue?
Okay, so we'll move to next one, which is why you want to study screen acting, and
Okay.
What do you think of the similarities and dissimilarities of the screen performance?
Okay, why do you want to learn screen acting? Of course, there are some of the points many of you have written, so that's a good point, because you are on the right track, I feel. Yeah, screen acting, of course, demands certain kind of intensity in terms of expression, intensity in terms of emoting, everything is there. So that is a different practice altogether that an actor must have, which is which one needs to develop. It's not like you cannot achieve in that way, because you need to go through certain techniques, practices, to understand that kind of intensity. Facial expressions, particularly eyes, of course, it's very important for screen acting, and to understand that how to emote through eyes, how to emote through face only, again, you need to study and practice to develop that ability, I would say, because it's extremely, you have to be extremely in control of every muscle of your face, every muscle movement of your face, eyes. So that you need to go through a certain kind of learning for that. Again, expressing most within body gestures will, like, you can have, if the frame is very strict over there, so it might be possible that only two of your hands are visible along with your face. Maybe a part of your face is visible, maybe. So this shows that there is a restriction there. You're not getting the whole picture or the size or the real life size, you are not getting. So it's a patchy thing that that is getting like you are observing patchy things. So in that way you need to learn um, how to use your body in that way, how to move your body, how to or rather not move your body. So these are the things that you need to learn in frames, basically, when it is about frames, a restricted space. Amplification, yes, because it's not real time, and because it's mediated through camera we are watching. So camera tends to change your and it tends to amplify your presence. Your face looks little amplified than when you are off camera. Your body, everything gets amplified. So that amplification and even emotions, even expressions get amplified. So that amplification you need to learn, like how much is needed, how much is not needed. It's a different medium altogether, and that mediated expression you need to learn in screen acting. And of course, I'm coming to this mediated form, because it's camera, you need to know about angles and lights and shots, mid, long, and the difference between every shot, how much you can use, how much you cannot, how much. So an actor should aware of the primary device, that is camera, that is going to be the medium, right? So for an actor it is very important to be aware of that medium, of that device, and how it's going to affect directly or indirectly your performance. That relationship you must know. So that is also another reason why you need to learn screen acting. And of course, modulation of voice, pitch, volume, because there can be sync sound, but you might have to do dub. You might have to dub also. So for dubbing, it's a different place altogether, space altogether, where you have to act only through voice, enact only through voice, recreate only through voice. That is also special training that is needed for actors, because you never know, you might have to dub for your performance. The next slide. Yes, it requires realistic representations, where so we need to know about realism, we need to know about realistic acting, we need to know about what is representation, what is recreation. So all this knowledge we need to have before coming to into this form. So we need to practice and understand these things. Retakes, of course, is a part of screen acting, and with same intensity you have to deliver emotion innumerable times. So how to keep your concentration, how to keep relaxed, how to bring same emotion, same intensity one time and again, that is also something which is very difficult. And As we know that there is a non-linear shooting schedule, you might have to, shoot the last scene on the first day, maybe the first scene on the 20th day. So there is no linearity in that way. So the character you have, the development of character is something you do in pre-production basically, and then in schedule when you start shooting, you just the slices, you bring the slices of that characterization of that spectrum that you have prepared, you start bringing slices out of it. So that is also not a very easy job to do each time when so you need to be really flexible in that way. And the thing I was talking about, concentration and relaxation in between chaotic atmosphere, because it's not staged. Once that if the play runs, no one is going to disturb the actor or the play in any way. It's the audience who is watching, and people are playing the performance is happening. It's not like that. There is cuts, there is breaks, there is this, there is that, and there are a hell lot of things that happens in a shooting schedule. So for an actor in between that, they are the most relaxed person in shooting space. To keep that concentration, relax themselves in that atmosphere, that is also something which an actor should learn how to do it. Okay, the next one, similarities and dissimilarities. Yeah, this is a similarity. I would say that there is a presence of storytelling through a character's journey in both film and stage. There is a presence of storytelling. Then the process of characterization, for example, how we were talking about, through voice, through age, through this, through that. The process is more or less same to finding a character, finding the elements of that character is more or less same in both the mediums. And again, this transformation that we see in every character. So the actor who is acting those parts, the beginning, middle, and end of an actor's journey, the transformation is there in both the medium. Use of prop, costume, makeup, of course. And it might differ from the stage and screen, and it might not. For example, there are films where a similar costume and prop has been used both in stage and on screen. If an actor is required to, yes, of course, if an actor is required to learn special skill, even when it is stage or screen, and that skill, the displaying of that skill is very important. So that actor needs to put effort, extra effort to learn certain skill if it's required. It doesn't matter it is which medium. And actor following certain schools or method of acting, that might the schools might differ, because now I have not come across a method for screen acting or something like that. So the methods are primarily discovered by the stage practitioners, and that is those methods have been manipulated or evolved to use for screen as well. But the actor's preparation and journey remains same. So the method used by an actor for displaying their acting remains same. So that is also a similarity that I have observed. So the next slide is about this film, Utsav, where my observation that in stage also the use of property, costume, everything was very similar, and on screen also it has been used in the same way. The next slide is about Natalie Portman, where she has learned a skill of ballet dancing. The next slide, of ballet. And as you know, as you know that it is on Black Swan, that it's a Swan Lake of ballet performance. And even if you see the ballet performance, there are of course ballet dancers. The form is same, and which remains same in on screen as well. So the technique is same, the form is same. Okay. Now we can speak about the similarities. Yes, the presence of audience, of course, we all know. We have all talked about this. In theater, the audience is there. In films, audience are not there. It's in front of camera that you're recreating, enacting. Okay. Repetition is a very important factor, point of dissimilarity, I guess, because in theater hundreds and thousands of shows can happen, whereas you know, in screen it's only like shot once and then it's archived. So this repetition, it's a very valid, evident difference between stage and screen, because stage is all about that. Stage is all about repetition. Okay, next. Expressions, gestures, exaggerated in theater, more of like natural, organic in screen. And you need to be effortless on screen, added, because if you are putting effort, it's so evident because it's amplified there. Everything will be so much visible. So extreme restricted expression gestures for film, whereas it's exaggerated in theater. Voice pitch volume, of course, you need to reach to the last row for theater, and you might have sync sound where you have to speak in your normal voice, or if you have to dub, you have to speak in your normal organic voice modulations only. But of course there is added in dubbing, it is difficult because you have to enact the whole acting part as well, but only through voice. The next one. So for example, Macbeth, if we see Macbeth, if you have seen a stage performance, the grandeur, the performance level, the body language, everything is very different. Whereas in screen, I felt Macbeth, the character was played on a very undertone, and which is like appropriate for screen acting. So a performance like Macbeth on stage and on screen, we can actually see the difference of the production, of the performance of the actors, and that is because it's stage, and that is and because it's screen. There are like two different mediums altogether. The next one, performance in real time. So of course there is no chance of mistakes. You have to memorize pages, and this is like something which is unavoidable job for stage actors. Every stage actor has to do it, unless he or she is taking a prompter. But nowadays no one takes prompter. But in screen acting, it is depending on, of course you need to learn your lines, definitely you need to learn your lines, but you can break it, because in shots, when a particular shot is required, you learn those lines and you can deliver that dialogue, because it's not happening in real time. Evaluation of actors' performance. So when I was talking about repetition, so repetition means an actor is performing time and again. So the audience is getting an opportunity to watch that actor's performance more than once, right? So in that way, they evaluate that actor's performance they get more time or more opportunity to understand or analyze or criticize an actor's performance on stage. And similarly, an actor is also getting an opportunity to improve it further. But in screen, it's like one time. It's very rare it has happened that an actor has played, you know, the same character twice or more than once. So it is a very important dissimilarity, I guess, because for actors you don't get much opportunity to. It's like one time you have to be your best in screen acting. For example, I was taking example of Manohar Singh. He has done films like Party, the next one, where it's a film. It's a play actually, but it has been made in film, and his performance has been not, I mean, it has been appreciated, of course. But when he has played Tughlaq, for example, stage performance by Alkazi, and he is one of the very important you know, actors who has worked with Alkazi, and who has been you know, a very primary stage actor. And Tughlaq is one of the most important performance of his, and he has been performing it so many times, and people have been you know, watching him, getting that opportunity to watch him, appreciate his performance each time, because he was bringing new things each time. Okay, that's it for today. Any questions?
Anybody has a question to ask, you can ask it.
Ma'am, the first part of the question, it says that why do you want to be a screen actor? So it seems like a very personal question. So if I give any answer, is any answer wrong in this case? For example, if Utpal Dutt, if we take Utpal Dutt's case, he said that acting is a tool to spread propaganda for him, political propaganda. So if I say anything like that, would that be put a negative impact?
See, first of all, this question is, why do you want to study screen acting? So studying screen acting means you are relying on other sources than which is there within you. So when I'm saying I'm going to study this particular medium, then I have to surrender myself to certain methods, to certain you know, studies, and the certain information, right? But why do I want to, for example, if I'm sure Utpal Datta has been asked, like, why do you do theater? Why do you do theater? So for him, theater is putting forward his political propaganda. So why do you do acting, if someone asks, then you can answer something like this, that I want to talk about the you know, I want to talk about people who are who are unheard in the society, who are, so I will always play characters who are maybe lower caste, who are some kind of you know, backward things are there in their characterization. So that is why I do acting. So this question is about, why do you want to study screen acting?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are done for today, and I'm just launching the poll, and you can sign off. But remember, people who are just observer here, not taking the pain to write the answers, you will suffer for sure. That much I can say. That's it. Nothing more than that. And you will realize it soon when the result would be out. Okay. Mark your attendance, please. All right. So that's it.